243. Have you not considered those who left their homes in many thousands, fearing death? Allah said to them, "Die." Then He restored them to life. And Allah is full of bounty to the people, but most of the people do not show gratitude. Explanation. 1. Historical context. This verse is often interpreted as referring to a group of people who fled their homes during a plague or a war, fearing death. Their fear led them to disobey Allah's command to strive in His path. This story is a metaphorical reminder that life and death are solely in Allah's hands. 2. Resurrection and power of Allah. Allah's command to die and then restoring them to life demonstrates His power over life and death, reinforcing belief in the day of resurrection. 3. Gratitude to Allah. Despite witnessing Allah's signs, many people remain ungrateful, a recurring theme in the Quran. Verse 244. And fight in the cause of Allah and know that Allah is hearing and knowing. 1. Encouragement of striving in Allah's path. This ayah emphasizes the importance of jihad, striving, which includes not only physical struggle but also spiritual and moral efforts to uphold justice and defend the oppressed. 2. Divine awareness. Allah's attributes of being all-hearing and all-knowing remind believers that their intentions and actions are always observed by Him. Verse 245. Who is it that would loan Allah a goodly loan so He may multiply it for him many times over? And it is Allah who withholds and grants abundance, and to Him you will be returned. Explanation. 1. Goodly loan to Allah. This is referring to acts of charity, sadaqah, and spending in Allah's cause, which are rewarded manifold in this life and the hereafter. 2. Generosity and trust in Allah. The verse encourages believers to trust Allah's promise of recompense, reminding them that wealth is ultimately in His control. 3. Return to Allah. The reminder of the ultimate return to Allah underscores the transient nature of worldly possessions. Verse 246. Have you not considered the assembly of the children of Israel after Moses when they said to a prophet of theirs, "Send to us a king, and we will fight in the way of Allah"? He said, "Would you perhaps refrain from fighting if fighting was prescribed for you?" They said, "And why should we not fight in the cause of Allah when we have been driven out from our homes and from our children?" But when fighting was prescribed for them, they turned away. Except for a few of them. And Allah is knowing of the wrongdoers. Explanation. 1. Leadership and responsibility. This verse highlights the children of Israel's request for a leader to guide them in battle, illustrating the importance of divinely appointed leadership in Islam. 2. Hypocrisy and weak faith. Despite their initial zeal, most of them failed to uphold their commitment when fighting was ordained, reflecting a common human tendency toward hypocrisy. 3. Divine knowledge. Allah's knowledge of the wrongdoers reassures believers that injustice will not go unnoticed. Verse 247. And their prophet said to them, "Indeed, Allah has sent to you Talut as a king." They said, "How can he have kingship over us while we are more worthy of kingship than him, and he has not been given any measure of wealth?" He said, "Indeed, Allah has chosen him over you and has increased him abundantly in knowledge and stature. And Allah gives His sovereignty to whom He wills. And Allah is all-encompassing and knowing." Explanation. 1. Divine appointment of leaders. Talut, Saul, was chosen by Allah despite the objections of the people, highlighting that leadership is based on divine selection rather than wealth, lineage, or worldly status. 2. Qualities of a leader. Talut was granted superior knowledge and physical strength, qualities necessary for effective leadership. These attributes are essential for an imam. 3. Rejection of material criteria. The people's objection to Talat's lack of wealth reflects their materialistic mindset, which contrasts with Allah's criteria of piety and capability. 4. Allah's sovereignty. Leadership and authority are ultimately granted by Allah, reinforcing the concept of imamate. Verse 248. And their prophet said to them, Indeed, a sign of his kingship is that the chest will come to you in which is assurance from your Lord and a remnant of what the family of Moses and the family of Aaron had left, carried by the angels. Indeed, in that is a sign for you, if you are believers. Explanation. 1. The Ark of the Covenant. The chest, tablet, contained relics from the time of Moses and Aaron, symbolizing divine support and reassurance for the children of Israel. 2. Divine signs. The chest's return, carried by angels, was a miraculous sign affirming Talat's divine appointment as king. 3. Role of relics in faith. This verse highlights the importance of sacred relics in strengthening faith and serving as reminders of divine guidance. 4. Faith and submission. The verse underscores the need for believers to trust in Allah's signs and accept His chosen leaders. Key themes. 1. Divine sovereignty. Allah's ultimate control over life, death, wealth, and leadership is a recurring theme, reinforcing reliance on Him. 2. Importance of leadership. The selection of Talat as king underscores the emphasis on divinely appointed leaders, imams, who possess the necessary qualities to guide the community. 3. Trust and gratitude. Believers are reminded to trust Allah's wisdom and show gratitude for His blessings, even when His decisions challenge human preferences. 4. Striving in Allah's cause. The call to jihad, whether physical, spiritual, or moral, reflects the believer's duty to uphold justice and truth.